I call the honourable member Paul Quinn. Tēnā koe.
Mr. Speaker, in the general debate last week, a comment was made from this side of the House about the fact that gone from the Labor Party hoardings was the brushed photo of the leader. That in fact there wasn't any acknowledgement about someone called Phil Goff, who apparently is leader of the opposition, leader of the Labor Party. In fact, they are all running. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I have heard, Mr. Speaker, on good authority, that even in Mount Roskill there are no photos of Phil Goff. I can't vet that for myself, but I have heard it on good authority. So, Mr. Speaker, and of course this week they've realised that going it alone in your own electorate, running a constituent campaign, actually doesn't work either. So what have they decided to do? Well, they've decided to climb on the bandwagon of the All Blacks. And so now we see these banners, which go something like, when things look black, we're at our best. Okay? Well, you know what?
Order.
If you were to substitute, if one, Mr. Speaker, was to substitute the word back for black, then they would be right. Right? When things or someone or the community or the someone that we don't like looks back, looks us in the face, he confronts us, right, then we're at our best. And you know what that best is, Mr. Speaker? It's nasty, nasty politics. That's what you get from them. You look at them, you front them, you have them on, you challenge them, and what do? They get nasty, they get very nasty. And let's have a look at some examples. Darien Fenton, the most recent one, right? On Sir Peter Leach. I choose not to buy my stuff from those who support Tories. Right? He's a sycophant. Accuse him of sucking up to the Prime Minister. Well, hello. When did I hear her talking about that? When Sir Peter Leach was entertaining Helen Clark. Claire Curran. Let's have a look at that. You know, how I've had a gutsful of white anting of Labor from the right, both the right and the left, and then attempt climbing into the Greens for encroaching on Labor Party policy. Well, of course, Labor Party policy. I mean, GST off vegetables and food. Greens policy, which Labor in fact have pinched. You've got no ideas of your own. And as for Mr. Nash, well, I'll come to him in a minute. But the fact of the matter is that we've all heard of the story of sinking ships about rats and mice. But the problem with the Labor Party, of course, is that talent is being sacrificed. That's the problem with the Labor Party. The talent is being sacrificed. Okay? Well, I mean, you look at Kelvin Davis, right? On current polling, Kelvin Davis ain't going to make it. Even Stuart Nash, who has a few hiccups, but he has promise. He has some talent. It's just a pity he doesn't quote on the floor of the House the full Gareth Morgan quote, about capital gains, because Gareth Morgan is on record as saying capital gains only works if it's comprehensive and not cherry-picked, Stuart. All right? So it's about time you actually face that. You cannot, if you're going to have a capital gains tax at all, you can't cherry pick. And every authority tells you. And I see Mr. Mallard. Has arrived. Let me quote from the Dominion. In March. Right? Here's a member who said, I will not be standing again for Parliament if Labor is not going to get in the government. Right? And what's he doing?
Order.
Mr. Speaker.
I call the honourable member Ian Lees Galloway.